Dalton.
Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Dalton. I just wanted to take this moment for those of you who, in these dour economic times, are considering traveling a little closer to home this year. States like New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan. I would like to welcome you to Ontario, Canada. In Ontario, Canada, we have everything you need for a holiday. We have wonderful lakes and rivers for swimming and boating and fishing. We have the Parliament buildings in Ottawa, beautiful museums, art galleries, the finest multicultural dining in the world. We have wonderful sports teams like the Senators and the Leafs and Raptors and Toronto Blue Jays. Not the greatest teams in the world, but maybe your home team will be here on your vacation and you can come watch your home team trounce our home team. Now in Ontario, there are a few rules that must be adhered to. First off, no smoking. We don't allow any smoking in our bars or restaurants. We're looking on passing legislation to ban smoking in public outdoor places. Don't want to ban the sale of tobacco altogether though. We just make too much darn revenue from it. Also be careful if you like to smoke in your car and you're traveling with someone 16 years of age and under, because in Ontario that's an infraction. Officer could be writing up a ticket for you just as the 16-year-old gets out and lights up a smoke themselves, and you'll still be given the ticket. Also be careful if you like to use your cell phone when driving, because in Ontario we don't allow that. We don't really think you can handle it. You may also notice through your journeys that might be a little bit more weedy or buggy than where you come from. That's because in Ontario we have banned the use of pesticides. So if you're trying to get into your motel room and you get a little hornet's nest up above it, you're just going to have to let bees be bees. Research has shown that pesticide use really isn't as bad as it's been made out to be, but we don't really care. It makes us look good. You may notice through your journey through our province, you might find a little extra, bag of trash and old couches and TVs at the side of the road, at the end of a dead-end street or so. That's because in Ontario, Canada, we only allow a one-bag pickup of garbage per week. We feel by doing this we'll cut landfill use in half. I guess eventually it's all going to get filled in, but something our generation isn't going to have to worry about. We will not be taking the lead of our European friends and incinerating our trash at such a high rate of heat that there are little or no emissions whatsoever, and through the process hydro can be sold back to the grid. That is not something we'll be doing. We prefer to bury our heads in the sand for half a century or so before we pick up on a European trend. But we are a big recycling community though. Even though we haven't really quite figured out what to do with all that stuff. Seems the markets are a little slow on wanting to buy that stuff now, but the extra we just throw it on a truck and take it to a port and ship it off to China. I guess there's a lot of diesel usage in that, but well, hey, let's talk organic waste pickup. Nothing quite like the smell of rotting leftovers forming maggots in your green bin in the middle of summertime. And again, I guess we haven't quite figured out what we're going to do with all that kind of stuff yet, but we won't burn it though, no sir. Now also be careful if you travel 50 kilometers or over an hour in our province. That's because in Ontario, Canada, we have given the power to our police force to become judge, jury, and executioner and impound your car for street racing. As far as we're concerned, you could merely be stopped at a stoplight and happen to look over at your friend beside you and give him a little friendly Ontario wave, and in our minds that's indicative of street racing, and we will impound your car. Hopefully you all know how to use your clutches properly, because if you happen to pop it and chirp your tires by accident, well, to us that's a street racing infraction and we will impound your car. So come to Ontario, pack up the kids and take a drive on up. And maybe you don't want to really be driving up after all I've just said, but there is the bus. When was the last time you had a good bus drive? Let someone else do the driving for you. Then again, I guess we did have that problem with one of our sister provinces where, well, a guy went a little deranged and decapitated another passenger, but Well, hey, how about the airline industry? You know, they're hurting, and they've slashed their prices. You know, well, then again, I guess we did have that problem with that jet that slid off the runway and burst into flames. But no one was hurt though. So come to Ontario, Canada. You'll be all right. How about that? Think that'll work? Or?